Hey guys, Dave with the First Place Auto Parts here today. And if you own a classic vehicle, no matter if it's a classic car, classic truck, at some point in time, you are probably going to want to remove your door panels. Look, it could be because you have new door panels and you want to spruce the interior of your vehicle up. Maybe you got some new speakers, or perhaps you have a squeak or a rattle like we do in our truck that you just want to fix. Either way, you're going to have to get inside your doors, and the first thing you're going to have to do is remove your door panel. In today's video, we're going to show you not only the process to remove the door panel in a classic vehicle, but we're also going to show you the tools that you need to do the process safely so that you don't damage your old door panels when you take them off. So let's go ahead and get this truck turned around, get it back in the shop, and we'll show you how it's done the right way. Okay, before we can start to actually remove our door panel, there are going to be a couple of tools that we're going to need to have on hand to do it effectively and also not to damage our door panel. And the first specialty tool that we're going to look at is an assortment of door panel removal tools that are made specifically for this job. Now, there's going to be a lot of these Christmas tree type fittings that hold some door panels on, or a mixture of these and screws. What these tools allow you to do is to go behind the door panel and hook it and actually pull it out without damaging anything. They're made out of plastic, so they won't damage your paint when you're prying off of your door itself against these fittings. So there's a bunch of them made. These are very inexpensive. You can find them at every auto parts store. You gotta have these things. Please don't be tempted to use a screwdriver behind the door panel. All you're gonna do is damage, tear, or do some sort of irreparable harm to your door panel itself. Get the right tool for the job. The next tool we're gonna use is the window crank removal tool. This is another specialty tool you may or may not have in your toolbox, but it's worth getting. Again, super cheap, really easy to find. This tool will actually slide in between the door handle or the window crank itself and your door panel, and allows you to dislodge the clip that actually holds the door panel onto the window crank mechanism. So this is a tool that you should also have. Like I've worn the paint off of this one. I've used it so much. You may think, man, I'll never take this door panel off again. Trust me, at some point in time, you'll either want to put speakers in the door, or you'll have a window rattle or something that'll need to be done. Get this tool, put it someplace safe in your toolbox, and you'll use it with more frequency than you might think. And then we're going to use some white lithium grease. All the mechanisms in the door, the sliders, the rollers, the tracks, we're going to hit everything that we can with some white lithium grease, with some just regular old engine oil on some of the rollers. And then finally, make sure you have on hand an assortment of screwdrivers that fit the screw. Most of your OEM screws are going to be Phillips, so make sure you have the correct head size on that on your screwdriver, but also have a standard length and a stubby screwdriver. There may be some screws that are in some areas that are hard to reach or may not give you total access with a longer screwdriver, so make sure you have some screwdrivers on hand. You'll probably need them. A lot of the classic cars and trucks have a combination of these Christmas tree style retaining clips and also Phillips screws. So before you go prying one last time, make sure you look around your door panel to make sure that you got all the clips and all the screws removed. Okay, so that's all the tools we're going to use in today's project. So let's go ahead and get to the truck and get started. Okay, we removed our door handle and our door lock knob, and now we're going to go ahead and remove the visible Phillips screws. There's 4 at the bottom, 1 on the side, and 2 inside the door handle. We'll go ahead and use our Phillips screwdriver and remove the screws. Okay, now that we removed all the screws, and let me tell you, this is going to be a dirty job. This door panel's been on here for 30-something years. There's all kinds of dirt and stuff down here. It might not be a bad idea to clean some of the dirt out before you try to remove your Phillips screws, but just be aware that it's going to be a little dirty. So the next thing we want to do, we pull the door panel away from the door. It's free. All those retaining screws are removed. What we're going to want to do is pull out and lift up. The clips on the inside of this door panel up here with this weather strip actually resides inside the upper lip of the door. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lift up while pulling forward a little bit. Make sure your window's down. And also watch your door handle here. There we go. Just want to pull up gently. You want to release all the clips up in here in the top. So we pulled up on both sides. I'm going to push the lock down so we don't have to clear that again. And it should all happen very easily. There we go. There we go. Now she's coming out. We're going to lift up, hold it up here, work our way down to the front of the window. The clips are coming off. Then we just want to slide it off with the door handle and remove the door panel. What you're going to have when you remove your door panel is this bare door, the back side of the door. There may be some paper over here that was a weather shield. In this case, it's not present anymore. Be careful, a lot of these edges are sharp. You can see that our clips actually stayed in the door, which is not uncommon. We'll go ahead and pull these out and reinsert them in the door when we go to put it back on. But now is a great time to not only clean up the back side of the door before you put your door panel on, but we'll also grease the tracks while we have access here. Alright guys, you remember earlier I had some white lithium grease and some oil that I was going to use to lubricate some of the rollers. And what you do is do your best. I've put some lithium grease on my fingers and installed it in the tracks, just slid it around there. Put a little oil on the rollers themselves, the ones you can reach. These things were really dry, just friction and things of that nature. So there's 2 rollers that you can reach to the various windows on the door. Go ahead and do that before you put your door panel on. I vacuumed out the bottom of my door as well. It's good to keep things like rust and moisture out of there. But to put the door panel on, what we're going to do is we're going to roll the window down. Okay guys, so putting the door panel on is pretty straightforward. We got to hold the door handle out, slide the door handle through the door panel. We also have to watch the lock mechanism to make sure we get over it. Lifting up on the bottom, kind of finagle this guy into place a little bit. And then once we're over where we need to be, what we do is we push down. Let's make sure we're all square and everything. Let's take a look for all of our bolt holes. We're not down far enough yet. And then we're going to push down and seat this on the actual door panel itself. Just a couple of taps like that. Everything is still lined up where it should be. Essentially all that's left now to do is to install the screws that we took out. The 4 at the bottom, the 1 on the side here, the 1 in here, and the 2 down here. Put the door handle back on, and then we're done. So it wasn't a bad project. It's just time consuming, right? There's a lot of little things that can take extra time, like cleaning out the inside of the door, greasing the tracks. Do those things while you have the door panel off. You don't want to do this more than once. Hey guys, if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the First Place Auto Parts YouTube channel. There will continually be adding how to install videos, new product review videos, and go into some really cool car guy events I'm sure you're going to want to see. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time, keep the hammer down and keep it between the guardrails.